I'm Tom O'Neill, a landscape photographer from the northwest of England. Subscribe and join me as I photograph epic mountainscapes, serene lakes, majestic seascapes, and magnificent waterfalls. This is Solo Photo Ventures. Hello there. Now, a couple of videos ago I was at the Conwy Mountain range and I mentioned how vibrant the heather was. And you can see on the rocks and all on the mountains, the heather is absolutely stunning at the moment. In fact, it's been a long time since I've seen it that vibrant. So, today I've come back to the Conwy Mountain range, and I'm not going to the same location I was on before. I'm actually going to go to a peak that's just over from it. It's kind of the next peak along, but on the same mountain range. I'm hoping that should get a very similar compositions. I'm hoping to get a good view that way, which is towards Anglesey, which is where the sun will be setting, more or less. I'm hoping to get a good view that way as well and get some nice side lighting on the rest of the mountains and over towards Llandudno. This time, whilst my goal is to enjoy the sunset, I'm going to try and make a bit more of this heather. In the last video, I went up that path there. In this one, I'm following this path and head into that peak you can see over there. Now, that takes you to Castle Kai Seon, which is an old hill fort. It's also under there where I composed my last images. Not sure what the name of this one is. I've already done a video on that one, which was last year, and another time I may possibly go up that one over there, because I imagine there's some good views from there too. But for today, I want to get to that one with the tree on it over there. I'm betting, as gorgeous as this heather is, I'm betting there's some views up there. This is an unplanned walk. Didn't actually know we were going to come out and do this, but we've got a beautiful evening. I imagine this is going to be a fantastic sunset. Maybe the last one of the holiday, maybe not, who knows. I'm sure as I'm going to make the most of it. I may at some point do a video on that mountain range over there. There are a couple of peaks on there that look like they might be worth it. Now, that peak over there, looking down that way at sunset, would be fantastic. And that peak up there will look over the old Conwy Valley. I haven't been up that one yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. Today's video is about this one. So I'm going to get to the top. I'll see you there. Wow, there are compositions up here absolutely screaming to be taken. What I've just taken is looking that way towards Great Ormond and Llandudno. Now I've got the mountains that were on the other day. That's been nicely side lit by the sunset. Exactly what I wanted the last time I was here. The lights in the distance are being lit up by the sun. I'm hoping that comes out on the video. There's also some reflection in the sea of those very lights. I'm hoping that comes out on the photograph. Managed to get all the Great Ormond, some of this mountainside in that I was stood on the other day. That's my first composition. Okay, so the next composition I'm taking, I'm actually set low to the ground on this limestone. At least I think it's limestone, it looks a bit like it. I've got the, as I've mentioned in the earlier in the video, I am trying to make more of a feature this time of the heather that we've got that's looking absolutely beautiful. I'm using the limestone, the natural sort of lines in the limestone as a lead to that heather, and that heather's backed nicely by the sunset that's happening. Now it's not quite sunset yet, but the cloud on the horizon is quite hazy, but there is a lot of colour in the sky at the moment. A lot of nice warm tones and pink tones. So I'm going to make the most of that. Now I think I've seen another composition over here. I don't want to go any further that way, because even though I'd get a good shot, it will be sketchy coming back, because there was a bit of a scramble and there's nobody to pick up my camera and edit the photos if I fall. So I'm going to make the best of what I've actually got up here. I think you can't deny it's absolutely stunning. Now I think whilst the sunset is setting over there, the only thing that's going to happen if I shoot into the sun is I'm going to get a load of issues with the sunspots and so forth, and reflected light. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set up behind these rocks over here. I'm going to look down that way, making more of a thing of the mountain, and hopefully some of the colour that we've got in the sea there, and some of this reflected colour in the sky. Anyway, this shot here, I've come down here. As you can see, I've got my camera set low again. I've got this stone surrounded by the heather here. That's making up a dominant feature of my foreground. I've got these stones beside it, leading kind of from the corner of the image up to that, in the creating a lead through the heather. Now, we have got some beautiful colour going on in the sky. I've got all this stunning heather surrounding me. Now, it's not lit up, so all this is thrown into silhouette on the image, but I am going to bring up the exposure on the ground to actually expose all this heather. There's no point having all this stunning beauty here and not making a feature of it. Now, I have taken the decision for my final image. I want to get a bit of this peninsula and maybe a bit of Anglesey. I may even have to do a panoramic image for it, but I'm going to go over to that peak that you can see in the distance, which is going to afford me a better view over that way. I think I've done everything this side I can do, because that sun is dipping behind that cloud, and if I don't get a wriggle on over there, I'm going to miss out on the colour that it's shedding, because it is dipping behind some cloud on the horizon, which is going to make it very hazy, and it's going to completely dip out the sunlight. Okay, so I've made it to the peak. The last time I was on those rocks over there. I'm currently hoping I actually make it back in one piece. I'm on this outcropping here, which has been piled up with stones to make the peak of this mountain. There is another one over there, but I don't want to go too far that way because, like I say, I do have to get back. Now, dominant feature of this image is going to be the heather once again in the foreground. I've been deliberately making a point of the heather in this video because it's been a long time since I've seen it looking like this. I'm absolutely loving it. Now, I'm looking over towards Cape Lulo and out towards the mountain that's just in there, and we've got Anglesey making up a portion of my background. We've got some lovely colour in the sky, we've got some great colour in the water. Now, I've just taken the shot. I'm going to take another shot in a moment. I haven't mentioned so far that all these images in this video have been focus stacked in order to get the maximum sharpness out of them. It's a shame to come up here and lose any detail because of any misfire or misfocus or anything like that, so I've focus stacked them all. May not need that, but I'd rather have it and not need it. Now, I suspected that sun has dipped behind that cloud over there, which is typical for my sunsets. but I still can't complain about the colour I'm getting. I can see Penmon Point from here. I'm looking directly, almost directly at it, and yeah, it's going to be another stunning image. These two images are any good, here they come. Who says I don't do sunsets? Well, actually it's me who says I don't do sunsets, because I don't get much luck with them, because like I say, they do dip behind clouds like that. But the last few sunsets I've got from here, I've actually been really impressed with. They've been absolutely stunning. This one's been really pretty too. Even though it's a really clear sky, we're still getting some nice colour, and it has well and truly gone behind that cloud now. I'm not going to get any more images, so this video is at end. But I've got a few more ideas coming up for videos, including, like I say, going on to that peak over there, which should look directly down here and down towards Conwy itself. So that may come up in another video. It depends if this weather we're getting at the moment continues, because we have had a very weird weather system in 2024. If you're watching this in 2026, it'll probably be long forgotten, but yeah, it's been cold, it's been wet, it's been a very weird summer, and the last few days have been absolutely fantastic. Now there are a few more videos coming up. I'm still on my 2-week vacation, even though this video is going out in September, I believe. Now I'm planning a couple of mountain hikes, not least of which the one that I'm thinking of over there. It all does depend on weather, but yeah, something's going to be coming up. It always does. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, bye for now.